Hey guys, welcome to vlog number 2. You came back for more, which is really weird of you. I don't know why you did it, but you're back, so you're watching this. How exciting. So I took a little poll online on my Instagram to see what you guys would kind of want to hear about. So about like 63% of you voted for my weight loss transformation and my health journey. I was gonna flip them. No. And so that's what I'm going to talk about today. So first I kind of want to talk about like why I needed to have a weight loss transformation. Towards the end of high school, I actually suffered from a really intense eating disorder. I had anorexia and I stopped eating pretty much altogether. I definitely looked like I was sick, but a lot of people asking me questions about it. One day I had some really awesome high school teachers pull me out of class and talk to me individually and tell me how much they cared about me, and for me to see that, you know, people who weren't just my family cared. So I started to kind of go down the path to heal from that. So obviously when you heal from that, you gain weight, duh. So I gained weight back, and then right around the time I was feeling like I was mentally ready to start working out or start a sport or start doing something like that again, because I didn't think it would kind of throw me back into the eating disorder. I decided to try out Orange Theory Fitness. I don't know what Orange Theory is. Basically they snap a heart monitor onto you and you go and you work out and you watch your heart rate. Well, one day I went in and I snapped the little thing on and I was standing there getting ready to work out, and one of the instructors came over and he was like, "Hi, I can't let you work out. Why?" And he goes, "Well, we haven't even started the workout and your heart rate is 220 beats per minute." I was like, "Do not call an ambulance. I'm okay. I'll go home. I'll lay down. My heart rate will calm down. It'll be fine." We went to the emergency room. It turns out I was in something called SVT. And SVT is basically a medical word for really, really fast heartbeat. They eventually got my heart rate down through different medical means and everything, and I ended up having a heart surgery called a cardiac ablation. I had that done and all of my symptoms were better, and they said, "Hey, you know, you just had this surgery on like your main femoral arteries. We need you to just not work out for like 6 months." I'm lazy, guys. 6 months turned into a really long time, and then my heart symptoms started to come back. All of a sudden I would feel like I was gonna faint or pass out or throw up, and I even did faint a couple times at work, and it was pretty horrible. So after that I kind of had to like basically quit my job. And in all of this we found out that I have a medical condition, and it's called POTS, and it stands for Postural Orthostatic Tachycardia Syndrome. Best way I can explain this is that your body produces adrenaline anytime you do anything. It's produced by everything that you do, standing up, walking, all of that, talking, everything. So my body has like a capacity that it can hit for adrenaline, and then it can't go over it, and it doesn't know what to do if I hit that point. So basically little things were making me kind of hit that adrenaline point, and the big things that really react to your body are changes in position. So when you go from lying down in your bed sleeping to standing upright in the morning, you don't realize that you're actually putting your body through a lot of stress to just pop up out of bed. Another crazy thing is that when you're standing, if you remain standing past 10 minutes, your body goes, "Oh no, I'm not gonna sit down for quite a while," and so it floods your body with adrenaline to try and keep you standing upright. Well, for someone who can't absorb that adrenaline, those little shifts and changes were big deals for me. So I was on an ambulance that worked 24 hours a day. So my shift would start at 6 in the morning and it would end at 6 in the morning the next morning. So most of the time we ran calls, we didn't get a lot of sleep, but there would be times that we would get to go back to our station and lay down. They had beds that you could lay down in. But if you got a call in the middle of the night and someone had a 911 call that you needed to respond to, I had to go from lying down to standing upright like that. And eventually that proved to be too much for me. And it's not just changes in position, but I'm also triggered by stuff emotionally too. So you'd think that as a paramedic I would be triggered emotionally all the time on the ambulance. It's really not the case. If I was on, an emotionally intense call, it wouldn't really feel emotionally intense to me because throughout the years I've learned to distance myself from them. So I'm very calm in those situations. I know that seems weird. Most of you would be like freaking out if somebody fainted right in front of you, but I would just be like, been there, done that. Fights, emotional like arguments with my husband, or somebody embarrassing me, little things like that that would be emotionally upsetting for some people, and then they'd be able to get over it. It floods me with adrenaline, and then I tend to pass out, which makes me look like a wuss, but I can handle criticism and people making fun of me and embarrassment, but for some reason my body can't. I don't know. It's weird. Basically, all of these things led me to never want to work out, because why would I when you're constantly fainting and passing out? And then I saw this amazing video of a friend of mine from high school. She had just had a baby, and she was posting a video of herself squatting with a big barbell on her back, like right after having a baby, and it was like looked heavy, and I was insanely impressed. So I had to ask her, what was that? How do you do that? Where'd you learn? Can you teach me? And she said, dude, my husband owns a gym, like come do a workout with us. So when I went to Tanner, it was I think in January of 2017. No, 2018, January of 2018. Does that make sense? Yes. And I weighed 185 pounds. Yep, I was the heaviest I've ever been in my life. And for somebody who had a previous eating disorder, like I was just so depressed and miserable. I was at the worst with my heart and everything. We weren't even sure if I was gonna be able to work out, and that was something we told Tanner, I've got this condition and I've got limitations with how high my heart rate can get when I'm in here. And he was just, we'll work with you, we'll make it work. My husband has shoulder issues and he can't lift up because he's dislocated both of his shoulders. Tanner was like, oh, that's not a problem, we got you. Like, I'll give you exercises to strengthen it. I'll give you, modified exercises so that you can still work out and not like possibly injure yourself. And so it kind of just all came together to be one awesome gym experience at Journey Training. And it was hard at first. It's still hard. There are days I don't want to go in. I don't want to go right now because I know I'm going to go squat. I'm not excited about it. But it's all worth it. Best of all, I can have whatever job I want to have now. If I want to go back onto an ambulance, I could. I enjoy now being in the hospital and the nice air conditioning. And obviously my nursing school is going on, so. But I can do all of those things without fear, really, of fainting, because my heart is so much healthier, and my body is so much healthier, and it's made a night and day difference. And it's hard. Sometimes I faint at the gym. Sometimes I throw up at the gym. Sometimes I have to lay down and sit down and whatever. Sometimes I have to be escorted out to my car because my body is like so messed up. But those are all things that people with chronic illnesses, they just deal with, or they don't deal with it, or they just stay at home and let their illnesses define them. And that's not something I wanted to do. I follow some really motivational women on Instagram. Aubrey B, looking at you. I love her. But basically I follow some cool fitness people on Instagram, and like that's what kind of continues to give me my motivation, or just the women in the gym. I have some bomb friends in the gym, and they do some like really inspirational things whenever I'm in there working out with them. Yay, health journey over.